Now, I gotta admit, I assumed our boy was still alive, but I wasn't sure how. That is one of the greatest baits I've seen in a hot minute. So, seemingly as long as there's something left to regenerate from, these monsters can come back. Didn't even cross my mind that the divine weapon that was stabbed into the ground, that after he fell off the roof and came back up with it, was his arm. That was genius. Because, honestly, maybe I'm the only one who felt this, I thought Red Keeper was about to die, so when he was walking up to the artifact, I was like, oh, this feels like he's gonna pop up and stab a fool, right? Nope, it was just a shocking reveal that our boy, after getting ballooned up, stuffed with helium, and blown up in the sky, which says, like, that should be dead. Like, I assumed there was gonna be something. I was like, there's no way they actually just killed the MC, but, like, how is he gonna survive that? And the idea of that the divine artifact slowly starts disintegrating, and then it cuts away, and we see this psychopath who would fit right in with Chainsaw Man's cast. I'm like, okay, where do we go from here in an episode where you keep baiting us if Red Keeper or our MC's gonna die, as we also caved in the head and killed the man who was supposed to be the next in line for Red Keeper's throne? Bring on episode 4. Full live reaction over on my Patreon. If you want to see my full uncut thoughts to this or any of these wonderful episodes, it's going to be over there if you're interested. So, 3 episodes in, and Go Go Loser Ranger is absolutely perfection. It is such a good show. The quality of the production holding up strong, and it just feels different. The vibe of the look, the vibe of the world, everything about it just feels new. It feels fresh. There's not a single part of this show, like, yeah, I can be like, okay, this psychopath, she does give me Makima energy from Chainsaw Man. There's like little moments like those, but the core thing about this show is just new. It's different, it's unique, and the idea of watching this character who's so determined to tear this whole thing down, and then we get introduced to a girl who also wants to tear it all down, and then, oh surprise, the boy who we stole the identity of, he just wants monsters and humans to get along, and he doesn't even care that we're seemingly a monster. I'm like, okay, I thought you were going to be more of a dumbass character who was completely oblivious. Apparently, this is all knowledge that you knew. Sure, okay. But I guess it makes sense given, like, the poster and the opening and everything. It does seem like there's a central 3, so I guess he was always going to be a part of it. The craziest part, outside of the obvious fake-out death and, like, the whole extra show of, like, hey, they even put on one hell of a performance. They said, you can join us. The first time in 13 years, come back as a prisoner rather than just killing you on the cameras. Wild was the infiltration. So we take on Red Keeper's identity and we are going to steal the divine artifact, right? Because that's the source of their power. And I really like how they visualized it as like a big Jenga game where it's like, if you take out the keepers, the head honchos, the whole organization falls apart. Yes, it's very large, it's very in charge, but if you remove the most powerful people, it's like pushing out one of the support blocks in a Jenga game. The whole thing's gonna eventually crumble very quickly. So we have this wannabe Hisoka who immediately sees through us. Apparently, this is another really clever bait. When he walks before seeing Clown Man, there's like some animal. I thought the animal was going to be like, oh shit, this doesn't smell like who it is, and that was gonna break his cover. Nope, you know, there's this intense conversation. He goes in, the divine artifact is in a goddamn golf club bag. Like, what? Fantastic. And to just see this man start brutally blowing his head apart to the point that I thought he was just going to blow the whole thing up, right? Like, I was like, oh, I thought, like, the whole point was we're going to destroy the divine artifacts. We got dynamite, let's blow this whole bitch up. Nope. That initial crack? Like, it's one thing to see a monster who has, like, particle animation, like, regenerate himself, like, get obliterated. It's like, yeah, okay, he regenerates. It doesn't really feel brutal because it's like, it's almost like they're a ghost. Like, that's the best way to, like, interpret their brutality. Yeah, like, Rip F last week, like, that felt a little more brutal because it was an actual death. But in general, like, when they get hurt, it's like, oh, they repair. It's like this particle effect. That dude got clobbered, man. And that animation? I was like, damn. Like, I know we're the monsters, but damn, I was not expecting that at all, man. Like, they went hard, and just the overall vibe of this episode from top to bottom was fantastic. No idea what the hell happened at the end there. We go down an alleyway, someone's running, and just, what the hell was that? I want to see more. The rooftop showdown was really cool because, like, I love the idea that for these keepers, these rangers, it's like, until there's cameras on, I'm not gonna really take you seriously. But now it is like, ooh, that tiger attack from last week. That's still, and I'm like, this man's a showman. I love it. It's fantastic, man. And just the idea of not knowing where it was going, because there was two options, right? Well, I guess there was three. You kill the MC and go real crazy with it, which rarely happens, but can happen. But still, the weakest of the possibilities. He gets captured, which, decent possibility. Or he somehow finds a way to kill at least Red Ranger and get the hell out of there. It really felt like capturing was the most likely scenario, so when he did blow up and everything, I was like, well, he's got to be alive. And I figured what was going to happen was that, because of that, then we'd figure out how F probably survived as well. I was like, maybe they go to a different plane of existence. I don't know. Like, these things are monsters for all I know. I don't know what the hell they do. Just fantastic. Though I think probably going to be an underrated moment of the episode is when this girl's talking to our boy, and she's basically explaining, like, rom-coms and romances and how, like, the main characters always win stuff, and he's like, the fuck are you talking about? I'm playing tic-tac-toe up there and you're talking about shit I don't even understand. Just complete cultural barrier difference, and was fantastic. I mean, I'm absolutely loving this show. One of the fresher shows of the year so far, and I imagine will be one of the freshest and most unique shows of the year when it's all said and done. But I'm loving this one. It definitely feels like it's a steady climb. It's not really like peaking and then struggling to find, like, every episode you learn something new, you see something different. The production is holding up strong. Like, even when they use 3D, man, like, it's like, oh, that looks good. Like, you're not gonna bitch and moan unless you just want to bitch and moan for the sake of it, right? This is such a good show. 100%. I'm glad that it's actually seemingly getting the popularity it deserves. It's always a coin toss when something's on Disney/Hulu. It can be up in the air if people even mess with it. But luckily, this is one that's not getting slept on. It's actually doing insanely well just across the internet in terms of discussion, and I think rightfully so. But you know how it is when so many good anime are airing. So many shows get slept on, and it gets harder when it's not on a streaming service a lot of people have or mess with. So it's like, it's up in the air if it even gets popular. But thankfully, at least in the West, it seemingly is. And I think I remember seeing recently a Japanese streaming service like breakdown in terms of viewership, and this one seems to be doing well there, so got a lot of go lose a Ranger on our hands for the foreseeable future, it seems like. Let me know what you thought down below. Definitely let me know what you thought was going to happen with how he was going to come back, because I doubt many people are like, there's no way he's going to stay dead, but I think that sword's going to catch many people by surprise. But let me know down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course ring that bell so you can notify when I upload more. And like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on my Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got GG78CC, Cathical, Big Boy J, Cryptic, Blood iOS, and we have Samantha. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.